Hey guys, and welcome back to our 1.0.10 Portugal campaign. Many said that it is impossible, Castile will always kill you. Well, we not only survived, but we expanded heavily into Castile. We did increase our base tax a lot and we're making a lot of money, steadily scaling. I also started not only discovering the locations, but also colonizing them. And here's our first finished colonial location. We'll continue doing so, and my first decision actually today is to start the exploration of this area. But also Madeira, right? This is Madeira? I think so. Let's also start exploring it. And since I can start from here, I assume it should be faster. We'll see. You see, I'm having 9 subjects already, pretty much all of them loyal, except one that is a wrong religion. You know, we are spreading our control first of all close by to the capital, you know, inside the continent, but most importantly through the maritime I'm spreading into the locations nearby, and that's why I'm already annexing this subject, and I'll be also annexing this. And you know, overall Iberia will probably do like locations all around this peninsula for ourselves, and inside there will be my subjects. We want to just build as strong base as possible to then move these people to the new world. I can also request another cardinal seat, which we are getting because we have good relationship with the Pope, and that then allows us to go to the papal here and vote for the various papal bulls. But currently it is turned off because we are in the middle of the Western Schism, during which you cannot do papal bulls. Shall we vote for France because we like each other? And I'm just curious, how close are we to ally? And are these guys losing to England again? Yeah, they get a bit weaker, or I get a bit stronger, and so we can ally. Also continue building towns around the coast to spread my control efficiently, and just of course trying to find locations that have a decent amount of population, because otherwise we want to keep the population growth bonus from it being a rural settlement. And we don't want to build it on locations with important trade goods that I cannot get through a city. Like for example, salt here, I have a big surplus, but yeah, we should be exporting more of it. Universities is definitely another building I'll be spamming on all the towns and cities, because it creates the demand for the goods. So it is definitely amazing on top of all of these bonuses, including institution growth, migration attraction, promotion speed, cultural bonuses. While for the law, education of the elites, I think I will be going for education of the people. This gets me to innovative. This too, I mean, the literacy is definitely useful. I'll just tax the nobility a tiny bit less. And we definitely want to increase our cultural influence. So, you know, in case we want to culture convert, especially the Castilian culture, I'll be able to do so because I cannot accept it. At least for now I don't have... Actually, I do have almost enough of capacity to accept it. But for now, let's just tolerate it. I'll be over my culture's capacity if I went for accepting. What else is taking it? It's Galician. I could just stop tolerating Andalusia as I don't have any locations of it. Let's do that. I don't care. And instead, can accept the Castilian culture. I just don't have the prestige for that. But if I did this and this, still decreasing. We'll get there. Like, for example, getting a royal marriage that somebody else proposed. Which is important to get Sevilla and also all these other locations scores, especially once I finish the integration. Now it's important, the control of Sevilla is going to increase from 35% to 70%. Oh, they fixed the UI finally here, because remember in the past, the number that you're seeing here was like the total increase. So sum of all of this. And when it was showing decay here, so in the end we could be even losing when we saw like +5 here. Now it's actually showing the actual increase. All of the UI elements that should be there before, but at least they improved it. Yep, that's Madeira. Another one to create a colonial charter. She's starting to cost a lot of money, but then maintenance to increase is gonna be super cheap. And there's only one person living here, so it's gonna be easy to get it in our hands. I think it's just a matter of getting this colony up to 1,000 people, and we'll be having it finished just like that within like, what, a year or two. The rights of the nobility law, we don't want to block them from the cabinet. We don't have that many characters yet. So let's just give them more loyalty and get cheaper forts. It's anyway time to show Castile where it's their place. So I'm gonna get yet another casus belli to kick their ass. Let's just, as I said, continue taking locations all around the coast. And it's not a problem, Castile is just still so hard. I nerfed them so much, they're down to 11,000 of levies. Even their base tax is lower than ours. I know I not only have more of my own levies, but my subjects. Just look at this, my subjects have insane amount of it. We have together 35,000 troops. And you see, Madeira is already finished. And our colony, well, I am actually discovered Mali Empire that has a higher base tax than we do. I don't plan to colonize anything in Africa. At least from my past experience, it's really tough because of the quantity of people there. So I'm just gonna focus on the island, wait to discover the new world. We actually lost a battle in Lyon, and where can I even show it? Yeah, we've lost 2,000 troops. I was probably too aggressive amount of the sieges I'm doing at the same time. I can do 2 at max. Otherwise, they can come with 11,000 troops and destroy anything smaller than these 2 stacks. Look at my cultural influence now, by the way, with the universities finished. So, let's see how it's gonna look like when the stacks are more balanced. Obviously, we've got the numbers advantage. But simply through this difference in the numbers, we should be winning, even if they do more damage to us, which is actually crazy. They find you -1. They have more morale than us. That's why I'm probably also having some units retreating faster than theirs. But as soon as they run out of people on one of the flanks, most likely the left flank, definitely the left flank, as soon as they run out of people on this flank, this is when I'm gonna start doing insane damage to them. Yeah, just see these numbers. Now if they like completely zero the flank, they're just disappearing from the map. These are just the beautiful borders that I need. Obviously, again, I'll be releasing subjects in these locations, but you see, the peninsula is being taken over, and so are the colonies. This is finished already, and I'm slowly finishing this one. Now that's a lovely map. What I'm doing is, first of all, I turn Sevilla as well as Porto into cities. I have lots of money, but also I'm turning the other towns into cities. And what I'm starting to do is also to encourage migration cabinet action to get all of these locations to be cities as well. So I like very efficiently split 100% control around Lisboa. In the meantime, I'm continuing our great exploration. I just want to go this way soon. We also did unlock armories. So now also a lot of my money is gonna go into building this. Which is, as usually know that from my other campaigns, armories are an amazing source of all of this goods demand. So I'm gonna already start building some. And demand is of course more base tax is more taxation, so in the end I'll be earning so much more money while having some standing army to win the wars even more easily. Fernando Lopez has gained quite the fame of the court due to his talented skill in writing. Okay, so that's definitely someone I want to have in the court. I'm just really looking forward to get some explorers in a few decades. And around that, for the recruitment law, I actually don't need any of these because I'm not gonna use the levies soon, but let's go for the peasants levy size. Alliance upon Saptach, which is the dynamic historical event, gives me claims for reduced cost on actually Castile in the end. My truce ends next year, so this year I think I'm gonna definitely use that. And since I got a claim on Castile from here, I can just use the parliament for general development of the country. So how about we conduct a census just for additional population growth, and naval definitely is something that is gonna be of help. And this not so much, but it's fine. Just so I can get it up to 50. But now my population growth is gonna change from 554 to 1.1 thousand. Should definitely also invest, again, I haven't done that for a while, in the food RGOs. So I don't produce that good amount of food anymore in Lisboa. The Portuguese ordinances is another dynamic historical event that we are getting. This can give us a unique guarantee form of that main with change policy cost, tax efficiency and legislative efficiency. So it's not only more taxation, more efficient taxation, but also less AE, because that's what legislative efficiency gives in the end. The difference between the legislative efficiencies between the two countries, the impact the AE that you are getting on that country, or I could refuse it, but no way I'm gonna refuse it. The question is, it's gonna cancel one of this, wouldn't it? Does it stack with the Portuguese monarchy? No, it's as an extra one. Question is, which one is gonna cancel then? I guess it's fine, especially that we've hit 300 base tax. France has alliance with Castile, but I'm very lucky because France is at war and losing to England, it seems, even though they conquered this two before. It's the perfect moment to strike Castile yet again. I want to get to 2-1. You know what's funny? Normandy and Anjou actually joined that war, but not France. The hell? And they even brought their armies here. At least I was fast with my reaction. So we should be fine winning that one with just pure quantity difference. Because these two guys joined, actually this war is not as easy as the previous one. We've lost 24,000 troops. A lot of them being my subjects, but still, huge pain. I've lost 10,000 myself. Look, we're almost closing them inside Iberia, plus taking the claim that's declared for. Looks really good. Improving the borders steadily. Navarre is obviously our ally. Could I ally these guys? Still not there, but you see again, I'll be releasing new subjects around here. While waiting for Age of Discovery, I already have most of the stuff that I prioritize in Age of Renaissance, so I'm gonna take some in the meritocracy now that I just unlocked. It's because it gives really good advances and they're much cheaper to get, like tax efficiency, legislative efficiency, power projection, estate enrichment, trade efficiency, pretty much all this. I don't really need to cover road cost. Pretty much all this are of help. And now I'll be obviously waiting for the next age and the institutions. Mali requests access to guns. We either say no and go towards traditional economy, or we say yes. They give me money and I go towards capital economy. In long term I want to have capital economy, but that will require change of some laws and privileges, but yeah, I can take it. And by the way, I'm just making 40 ducats simply from the subjects, and overall my balance is at over 100. Canary Islands are now fully colonized. I'm really prepared for that next age. Ley Mental is yet another historical event which unlocks a policy of that name that is decreasing the estates of nobility satisfaction, but also reduces the power. I get more monthly control and centralization. Well, I don't really need that because the centralization is just much stronger now. So I'm gonna unlock it, but not take it. Let's just build some men-at-arms regiments. So maybe from the next war I'll not really have to use any levies anymore to be ideal, because you know, taking levies is decreasing production efficiency back at home from where these levies are coming. I love what's happening in the Colonial wars, like France winning for a while, then England, then France, it just keeps changing and it feels like 100 years war. What I don't like is the Eastern Europe Portugal. It's great to see the Timorids, but what's happening here? Somebody fix that. And here goes 400 of base tax. That modifier for the minimum tax is actually pretty interesting because technically I cannot tax clergy. But with this, there's an absolute minimum they have to be taxed. So I am taxing clergy now. Timorids embracing the new decentralized meta. Ongoing decentralized meta. They have 40 subjects. And a unique building that you see we can build outside of region of the capital. But it looks like only into towns and cities is lieutenancy. That gives local proximity. So I could build it, for example, here in the future, but I can't because those are all rural locations. So I could have like a one location, one of this, that is responsible for that. So there's not that many people there. There are more orders I could join. Let's compare if anything else is useful. 05, 05, 15. If you compare to the Hungarian one, it's the Dragon. So it's morale and admin skill. Actually, I prefer admin skill to the mill skill. And those are the two only orders we have a choice of, so let's go for the Hungarian one again. So these two guys are actually directly allied to Castile now. And I'm gonna try fighting this war without using any levies. Let's see how our standing army of 4,000 will do here. First of all, versus a fort. It wasn't fully paid. You see, we lost 1,000 of these guys, so it wasn't really worth it. Castile brought actually over 20,000 troops. I am rushing down here to reinforce my subjects. And now with my standing army joining, I would expect it to be a rather easy win, especially with the quantity advantage. But you see, they've killed more. Let's see if 2,000 can beat 5,000 of their levies. Just make sure to balance the unit. Keeping also in mind that it's first age, so levies are supposed to be still strong. Obviously, there are so many buffs and nerfs to the standing army, but standing army should be still much stronger than levies. And you see that on the losses, but it's just like you see, like 2 to 1. It's not crazy, and since they outnumber me, see, they actually did win it in the end. So let me mix it with just 2 levy stacks. This army should be much more efficient now. And here goes Age of Discovery. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go for the Diplo focus. Let me show you the bonuses. Exploration monthly progress, preparation time, colonial range, 50% trade range, monthly colonial migration, colonial range again, exploration casus belli, monthly diplomats, spy network, counter-espionage, trade range or used over sea, and shipbuilding speed. Let's see together this battle here. Recover morale first. That should be a massacre. Yep. New ward appeared in Setúbal, which is a location just next to Lisboa. So really, yes, that's gonna be really fast in Lisboa, and also be really fast to embrace it. To make it nicer, printing press spawned in Castile. What kind of bonuses these two are giving? So, birthplace of new world gives me 1 free sailors. Not bad. My birthplace of printing press is nothing crazy. Anyway, 34,000 troops lost later. I can peace out Castile. I want to take the coastal provinces. I want to take the silver mine here. I want to cut off their capital from the rest of the country. And I might take even a bit more. Like something like that, as long as there's no big coalition. France cannot join it, so we're happy. We just need to convince them that's what they want. This is gonna be, of course, initially a border war, but after the update they're gonna have absolutely no control. They already have no control here, but I will just make it worse now. Yeah, this is our updated map with the subjects released. We'll be working on that improvement. Did they move their capital? Did they actually fix for the capital? I think they fixed it, unless I read it, I misread it, because I was pretty sure Valladolid was their capital. I think this patch might have actually fixed the exploit where you could just cut off their capital for the rest of the country to decrease their proximity. Their capital is in Burgos now. I was either blind or they fixed it, but I'm pretty sure it was Valladolid before. Let's embrace the new word. We have a few research in the queue, but it's fine. We'll have to focus absolutely on one thing here. Allow open sea exploration, plus colonial range. Another colonial range here. Boost colonial charter and send people to the colonies. Cabinet actions. Proximity cost for maritime presence. Exploration cost. Exploration monthly progress. Conquistadors. There will be plenty. Exploration monthly progress. Monthly colonial migration for sure. Everything that is in here is in my absolute priority. Even proximity cost report here. How far away hold is another dynamic stroke event, which is for Angra. Location in here. Best basis for exploration within the North Atlantic Sea. Can invest to make it a city and get a dock over there. And migrate more pops over there. Absolutely, please do. You know, because this location has less than 10% of population capacity and less than 10,000 people. See, it is actually having 1.75 population growth. What I should do on all of these locations as well is to build settlements. Of course, here I got a city now, so it cannot have a settlement. But all these other locations can have that. The settlement done, you see this 2.80% population growth I'm achieving around here. With printing press unlocked, I'll go for the colonial range. But I'll be also already focusing on getting cabinet seat and paved road. And we just became a great power. Just a bit after the start date of EU4. Number 8. Will that make us any of the hegemons? I don't think I will. But how close are we? Income-wise, we're in the middle of everyone. Military-wise, we are number 2. Diplo-wise, we are at the bottom. Navy-wise, I don't use any heavy ships. And culture-wise, you're not so far away. What I have to do in here, if I want to use this island at animal level, I need to create a new market because there's no market access, so they have no goods. And that's not really gonna be a good one, but let's see what I can do. Steadily fixing borders, but again, this is all for the subjects. I'm only taking the coastlines, also by annexing my subjects. There it is, allows open sea exploration. It's time. Where do we start? I think I'm gonna start just exploring everything at once. Let's just focus on guys with the highest middle skills to make it faster. Preparing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 explorations at the same time. So I'm just lacking lumber, both Niani and Angras on these 2 markets. I'm starting exploration from there because it's closer. But it should be fine. If I go to Lisboa market, it just free ourselves a bit of the capacity. See, actually the automations are already exporting the lumber there. It looks like we need more. So what I did, I just locked this to export in Lisboa, and then automations can do everything else they want. Just so you're aware, this is my progress of the city's creation, right? With the encouraged migration, which really helps me spread very high control among these locations. See, for colonial migration, this seems to be H4 locked. I'll go for the settled colonies to get more monthly colonial migration and colonial maintenance. And we can start exploration of the Caribbeans. For the native policy, I'm gonna go for the subjugation. We gotta go historical path here. Sorry guys. What I discovered you were the Western skis ended. It's actually great news. I can finally do some purple bulls. Let's push for the one that gives me state satisfaction. And discover the new world gives me money, prestige, and research progress. No, an achievement for the brand new world. Not bad. Now, you see how much money I'm having and I'm earning. It's not that much back at home that I can really build. It's all cheap buildings. But now, once I discover this, it's gonna be time to heavily colonize with a focus on Brazil. That's where our future capital will be. I'm doing 12 explorations at the same time. All of this getting explored. And as soon as I explore it, we're gonna go all in with the colonization. These explorations might cost me 110 ducats a month, but compared to our economy, it's nothing. Now, this map of Iberia is definitely much better. How would it look if we change the color settings on the map to ours? Actually, I'm beginning to like blended more and more. Could start colonizing this. I'm pretty sure this is not the best location to colonize because it's wetlands and it's tropical. So I might want to wait for this first. See, now that I'm on different subcontinent and I want to finish a colony, I have a choice. I can create a colonial subject here. I can create a colonial subject here and start playing as it. Or I can keep it as part of Portugal. And I'll be keeping everything as part of Portugal because later on we'll move the capital here. This is gonna be our crucial colonial charter. Let's start investing everything we can to colonize this. And I'll be also using our cabinet members to speed this up. You see, it's not that slow. It's 100 people monthly for each. But I can use what's called Boost Colonial Charter to take people from home. I'll be taking people from, you know, locations where you don't have much control like this one. And we will be boosting it here. Let's look at the natural harbors. So we will want Potiguara to be our future capital, unless something is better here. That's very likely. But for now, let's focus on this one. Same, this is the end of encouraging migration. I don't need more. So I can do the Boost Colonial Charter in multiple provinces at once. I see, I could have multiple cabinet members doing just one colony. And I think that will be my strategy. Focusing everything on one and then switching to another one. So see, now the Paraíba colony is increasing 500 a month. Let's just see, there are plenty of people here. So it's probably even good that I'm focusing so much on this one, because this will be done easily. This one will not be that easy because of the amount of natives. And I'll continue creating colonial charters everywhere because of the amount of the people. This will not be a sweet, easy and fast job. It's gonna be definitely easy in the Caribbean. And I think I will start colonizing everything that I can here. I have so much of economy. That should be rather easy. But let's see how much I'm gonna pay for the colony. So 150 a month. It's not tragic. See, my tax base is fine. And obviously now homeland is depopulating. That's totally fine. We wanted to depopulate and move to the new world, especially to Brazil. So might actually just create a colonial nation here. Yeah, I'll create a colonial nation here and move myself here. Because in the Potiguara I have already 3,000 Portuguese, but we need more than the Potiguara guys. Great pestilence situation just started. And that's not a problem for us, but this will be killing natives. Because obviously they don't have immunity for some of the diseases coming from the old world. So let's just see. This should also help us finish these colonies faster, because the natives will be dying from just contacting us. You see, it started in the Caribbean. So this will definitely speed up the Caribbean colonization. Our population is also increasing because when I take over location, for now for myself, before creating a colony, see that all of the people inside are counting. Like for example, Potiguara here that I was so much focusing on. It is right now in my hands. So this is gonna be increasing my population, especially here. I'm gonna keep it for myself. I definitely love to see the cultures map. Like where the Portuguese are already. Yes, colonize my boys. Paying 200 a month, 220 a month for the colonies, but that's what I've been saving for. First colony in the new world, I think it's here. Yeah, Camagüey. I want to create colonial subject. I think we'll create two of them. One here, which I just did, and another one here, and third one here. So let's just form it, because otherwise they'll have problem with control. Let's just create it. Obviously I'll be then having decisions each time I finish a province being colonized to attach them to this colony, or create a new one. I'm just in love of this view. How many colonial charters we are having. The monthly colonial migration. It's gonna be of help to just give you an impact. Paraiba is up to 650 a month now. Yes, and that most important colony is now finished. I will keep it as part of Portugal as agreed. Looking at the natural harbors now. Yeah, definitely this is gonna be my future capital for the best spread of the proximity. That's why I'm gonna now boost the colonial charter with all the 3 cabinet members here. One of the lines, if you go to the population, if I hover here, you see where it's all going. Love that map. Royal Theft is a dynamic historical event for Portugal, which is, I think, about colonies paying the taxes. It's a mining law, which is income from colonial subjects, but also gold, silver, and mercury outputs. You are gonna for sure embrace it. Anyway, I think this is the perfect moment to finish, with most of the Caribbeans already colonized, but obviously not that many people live there. Like this is 40,000, this is 60,000, and big chunk of Brazil already in our hands. The goal for the next video will be to kill Castile till the end, so have that base in Iberia. More importantly, go full all in into the new world with not only boosting the colonial charters, but also using another cabinet's action that forces people from the old world to the new world. Did I depopulate these locations already? Yeah, see, these guys are down to 5 and 4,000, which is great for us because that's also the abundant free land modifier here to increase population growth. Anyway, I hope, guys, that you are enjoying this so far. If you do, make sure to subscribe to the channel and like this video. So I'm gonna see you very, very soon. Bye.